Each day brings a level of understanding that is unique for that particular day. No time of year is more evident of that and more an example of that than the counting of the Omer, because we count the Omer as days and as weeks, and we enumerate what level in the Sapphire on the tree of life that particular day is. And quite frankly, it's not applicable after that particular day. So this energy is specific that I'm giving you right now for today. And today is the 25th day of the Omer. There are many different ways to count the Omer on the tree of life. But today is specifically the 25th day of the Omer, which we count habitually as Netzach Shebenetzach. And the beauty of the 25th day of the Omer, which opens up to what I've been studying and what I've been talking about, and so all of this is by Hashkoka Protus, and Ruach HaKodesh, the 25th day of the Omer, when you count from like Hesed Shebehesed, in the lower 7 Sephirot, the 25th day of the Omer is 25 days from the top and 25 days from the bottom counting, get you to the same spot. They get you to Netzach Shebenetzach. So if you count from Hesed Shebehesed down, today is 25, that's Netzach Shebenetzach. And if you count up from Malkus Shebemalkus as the first day, and you're counting up the Sephirot tree, today is Netzach Shebenetzach. It's the only day that's exactly in the same spot from up and down. So you've got an energy in this day from up and down. It's a double energy. And it is a double energy. Because another day that we're going to have, which is 8 days from now, the miracle number 8, is the 33rd day of the Omer. And that 33rd day of the Omer is, Lag BaOmer. And then the Dinam stop on Lag BaOmer. Lag BaOmer is Hod Shebahod. So today is Netzach Shebenetzach, that's the 25th day. And the 33rd day is Hod Shebahod, when the 5 Dinam stop. And miraculously, today is the 25th day, which is 5 times 5. So there's a parallel in these 2 days, which we know there's a parallel in these days. Because Netzach Shebenetzach is Netzach, and Hod Shebahod is in Hod, and these are the 2 parallelisms of Netzach and Hod, which I just thought of something. Netzach, no, that's different. These are the 2 parallelisms of Netzach and Hod, which is the ultimate description of the two cherubim. Because the two cherubim relate as Netzach and Hod. They're two singular ones that are involved as one. They parallel each other. They reflect each other as a mirror, yet they're individual. It's brought down that that's why they're called Shanayim and not Shanei. Keruvim. And so what are these two? These two testicles there. And amazingly, on Hod Shebahod, the 33rd day, Lag BaOmer, it's a day of bonfires, because that's the flaming sword between them. Netzach and Hod, it's a flaming sword between the tree of life. Are the parallelisms, and then between that is the flaming sword to guard you from the tree of life. And that's what the testicles and penis do, because they have their own mind, and they keep you from it with sexual fantasies. This entire opus here in a certain sense, remember this is a prelude to Hod Shebahod, to Hod Shebahod, to Lag BaOmer, because in Lag BaOmer it's the 33rd day down. From the top is Hod Shebahod, and from the bottom, the 33rd day is Teferet Sheba Teferet, the center of the center. The heart that opens. In a certain sense, the tree of life. So there's a parallelism. That's why you get your hair cut on Lag BaOmer for the children. Opens the Teferet to Teferet, Sheba Teferet, from the bottom up. So these 2 days, let's express them a little more. These 2 days are two parallel days. These Netzach and Hod, in a certain sense, the right leg and the left leg. In a certain sense, the cherub's wings are either one of two divisions here of two names. Netzach is aggressive. Hod is passive. You ever hear of passive aggressive? That's where it comes from. Netzach and Hod. When a person is aggressive, it's from Netzach. When they're passive, they're from Hod. These two names, again, let's bring them into the cherubim. On Yom HaKippurim, we say, Adonai hu ha-Elohim. Adonai hu ha-Elohim. Because in the final analysis, Yom HaKippurim, which is in the Kodesh HaKodeshim, it's the perfect union. It's when these two come together. And when they come together, you recognize that Adonai, Yud He Vav He, is Ha-Elohim. There's no difference between the godly soul and the animal soul. They're the same soul, they're in you. There are two souls. Adonai Hu Ha-Elohim. There are two souls that stand up instead of being in a parallelism. They're in a verticality, and that looks like a plus to me. LGBTQAA2 plus. It's when the horizontal and the vertical are one. See? When the vertical, so to speak, the Nahash, who was put on his belly, see? When the horizontal and the vertical are one. Adonai Hu Elohim. Adonai come in the depiction of the tree of life. Adonai would be on the left side and excuse me. Adonai is on the right side and Elohim is on the left. Another interesting thing here is that when you read about the cherubim, they also parallel Moses and Aaron. Today is Netzach Sheba Netzach. Moses comes from Netzach. And Aaron comes from Hod. And when these two get together and speak, then Hashem kind of comes from between and it's brought down. I'm not too familiar with this. But Aaron and Moses come together and speak, and Hashem speaks to them, or so to speak. This is the same as between the cherubim, because today is Day of Moses. Moses is functions today. Netzach Sheba Netzach, from Netzach, and on it's more aggressive, so to speak, and then passive is Aaron on Hod Sheba Hod, from the left cherubim. And this is also brought down when we say Al Ha-Nasim in the Amida, the 18 blessing, 18 in the morning prayer, in the standing prayer, the Amida, for Purim and Hanukkah. How come you say this same blessing, this for all the blessings, Nasim, how come that's added? And there's a parallelism between, on the right, Purim, which comes from Netzach, and Hanukkah, which comes from Hod. And Purim is the idea of again, women here. It's Esther, and Hanukkah comes from the home. And it's lights, and which represent women. And again, these are the two testes down here. Those are the two cherubim also, and that reflect from Netzach and Hod, Hanukkah. Purim and the Netzach, Hanukkah and the Hod. They come together. They're parallels. They're the cherubim. And between the cherubim comes Hashem. In two different manners, either as above, as Teferet, Sheba Teferet, from above on Lag Bomer, or from Yesod, which is the real focus of Hashem, of Ein Sof, into the sexuality of Yesod. So these two cherubim, today is the cherubim, the cherub on the right. It's a netzach. Today is a day of Moses, netzach of the cherub on the right. And the perfect example of it is 5 times 5. 5 times 5, which is the 25th day of the Omer. And it's the two hands. And it opens up into a middle, which to me is the letter Hey itself. Hey Aleph, in the middle of the two hands. These two, Netzach and Hod, are as one. They work as one when they're legs. Legs are like one, It's hands that are two. In a certain sense, remember there's 3 perics in each hand, and those are the 3 perics of the wings of the cherubim, but there's 3 perics also in the legs. The thigh, the hip, the knee, and the ankle joint. Just like the 3 perics in the arm, or the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist. And that's why when they say, repeat the Torah on regel ehad, in a certain sense, it's 2 legs. That's the whole difference in sports, by the way, and why football will never be a big deal here in America. And not football, but soccer will never be a big deal, because it has to do with legs. It doesn't have to do with hands. And remember, man is an animal with hands, and there's 2 divisions here of people. And the legs are in the animal soul, and the hands are in the godly soul. So when the cherubim are pressing their wings, kind of they're the hands. And that's the godly soul, and Hashem comes between the godly soul. And just like Hashem comes between Aaron and Moses, who represent this, and the 2 names of God, 2 big names, Yud He Vav He and Elohim. And when these 2 things come as one, then things open up. See? And all this is from, by the way, Shir HaShirim, because what is, by the way, the Shir HaShirim is the conversation of the cherubim. There are different levels in this cherubim, and that's why who is speaking and to where and who is mixed up in Shir HaShirim. The whole thing's mixed up. You don't know who's talking. You don't know what roles, because these are the cherubim. So they take on different forms. They're lovers, they're father and mother, they're friends. Their sexuality is mixed. There can be 2 men, there can be 2 women. And that's the thing I'm trying to bring out about the newness of how to approach these cherubim. But for today, the right cherub's day, the Yud Hey Vav Hey day, the aggressiveness in man, in the animal soul day. Well, actually, Yud Hey Vav Hey is a godly soul. So let's think of it as the godly soul aggressiveness, which is an opposite, so to speak, because on the other day, on Hod, it'll be a passiveness of the animal soul. Again, these are two divisions in each one, because each singularity has a two-ness involved. I call this stacked. Man is stacked, animal is this way. The godly soul and the animal soul are stacked in a vertical sense. You know, this is also brought down in the Mezuzah. The Mezuzah is said to be either vertical or horizontal. I'm just developing this at 21-minute mark. I never thought of this as related to the plus in the LGBTAA2Q plus the Beth Shammai of the vertical or I forget her, and the other of the hill of the horizontal. That's a plus. And that plus goes on your gates in your house. Now it's come down the halakha to make it into a horizontal. But it's never said that in the Talmud. It's either vertical or horizontal, which makes a plus. And this compromise in between of the horizontal, of the diagonal, is an interesting way now to explore the sexuality that resolves from the plus. In a certain sense, this horizontal is a compromise of the vertical or the horizontal. The vertical is the diagonal is a compromise between the vertical and the horizontal. Between man as vertical and how the snake was in the original Garden of Eden, or the snake as horizontal, eating the dust, and the way animals are, four-legged, as opposed to two-legged, and two arms. And so we can develop hands. And as Heidegger said, man is the animal with hands, because hands are the highest regions. And that's why we have 10 commandments, 10 sephirots, and 2 lukos, and 2 cherubim. And that's the conversation in Shir HaShirim, which is the story of love. So today, as the 25th day of the Omer, again, this is weird, because this little seekos here, this little chat, is going to be 25 minutes. So, you know, I've been doing 20 minutes, and today was 25 minutes, and unconscious. 25 minutes for the 25th day of the Omer. The 25th day of the Omer in 25 minutes. What a parallelism. Beautiful.